Slide 15 deals with the group conference and supervision, or group supervision, as discussed by Kedushin in Chapter 9. The definition of group supervision is the use of a group setting to implement the responsibilities of supervision. In group supervision, the supervisor gives educational, administrative, and supportive functions for the activities of a specific number of workers. They meet with a group to discharge these responsibilities. In group supervision, the agency mandate to the supervisor is to implement in the group and through the group supervision. There's a series of advantages and disadvantages. Kedushin and Harkness talk about 16 advantages and 9 disadvantages. Just to highlight some of them, one of the most clear advantages of group supervision is the economy of administrative time and effort. You can supervise a number of individuals at the same time, and it is an economic and a cheap way of providing supervision, but it's also an effective way of providing supervision. Group conferences make possible the efficient utilization of a wider variety of teacher learning experiences. A presentation by a specialist, a film can be shown, a tape recording can be played, a role-playing session can be organized, a panel presentations can be given. These are just some examples of what can be done in the group context. Group supervision provides the opportunity for supervisees to share their experiences with similar problems encountered on the job and possible solutions that they can learn from one another or learn together. Members of the group can also act as a source of emotional support, which is a very significant advantage. The opportunity of sharing common problems encountered on the job itself is therapeutic in reassuring the contribution of individual morale. Group supervision for some workers is the most comfortable learning environment, where they feel more comfortable working with and learning along with others as opposed to a one-on-one experience. The group context provides safety in numbers that the individual supervisees may need in order to challenge the supervisor. Group supervision is employed to encourage interaction among members of the work unit and to help develop peer group cohesiveness. And the group conference also provides the supervisor with the observation to observe the supervisee in a different kind of relationship. It permits an advantageous specialization of functions in terms of permitting individuals to separate and work together and ask questions. It may also be easier for the supervisor to achieve modification of the supervisee's behavior through group supervision, where they can use the medium of the group or the group norm or peer pressure to help change and conform individual staff performance. Just as group supervision permits the supervisor to observe the supervisee in different relationship, it also gives the supervisee an opportunity to learn more about their supervisor and how they interact with a group or other individuals. And the group supervision also provides an opportunity of using the supervisor as a model in the learning group interaction skills or format. Group supervision provides a gradual step toward independence from individual supervision or the supervisor. And group supervision also provides an opportunity for multicultural education. The disadvantages are fewer than the advantages. However, they can be significant. They are significant. The greater the advantage of individual conference is that teaching and learning can be individualized, where in group supervision you may not be able to do that. The learning environment in group supervision is not good when you have group cohesiveness and you interject a new employee or a new staff person in that process, and in grounding them in terms of what's going on can also be, a disadvantage. While individual conferences forces the supervisee to come up with his or her own answers, the group process can also provide a hindrance, and where the individual can hide behind others. Communication within the group risks higher probability of failure and fear and uncomfortability. These, and the other piece with respect to group supervision is that is a negative, is that it may sometimes pose difficulties in terms of transferring individual knowledge and skills and formulating training to meet individualized needs. Question: have you experienced group supervision, and what have been your likes or dislikes? This slide talks about, shows you the references, a couple of which you were asked to read, and the references that were used that you may want to refer to for future readings with respect to cultural diversity and the learning process for you as a supervisor. Next week, the group PowerPoint presentation is expected. No readings. Focus on completing your group PowerPoint presentation.